Handang-handa lahat sa paglalaro, ilabas ang tinatagong talento. Maharlika, walang imposible. Abante, hanggang sa makamit ang tagumpay. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina.
In every season, women's basketball continues to get our well-deserved spotlight that it truly deserves. And now, in just its second season of the Wmpbl, it's either we win or we go home tonight. Earlier, we've witnessed the best of the best talents, including our three-time MVP, April Bernardino. We're coming to you live here in the heart of Manila, here in Paco Arena for our finals. Game number 2. In the upper hand is the Akari Sparks Rizal. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat and welcome to the second season of the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. We are heading towards our finals, game number 2. Daphne Cristóbal here with Sue Ali, and on the sidelines, makakasama natin si Miss Flo Del Agua. And as what I've mentioned, Sue, andito na tayo sa ating finals, game number 2. It's now or never for both teams.
Good evening, everyone. We're so excited dito sa ating Game 2. No? As Daphne mentioned, Akari with the upper hand, and now trailing is the defending champion. So magiging maganda ang laban natin sa Game 2. Malalaman natin kung ito na ba ang ating last day of the Season 2 or magkakaroon ng Game 3 sa dadating na mga araw.
Malalaman natin yan mamayang gabi. But of course, we would like to greet also all of our viewers on YouTube. Let's take a quick recap on what happened in game number 1. Akari won by 4 points. It was 92-88.
Well, basically, Akari was up hanggang at least 21 ng game na yan. Nung ating first half, they were up 21 and then humabol si New Zealand. They tried, lumamang pa sila a little bit pero kinapos na towards the end, and nag-overtime pa tayo, Daphne. Talaga namang napakaganda ng ating finals game 1. We did overtime and unfortunately for the Batangas, they lost game 1.
40 minutes was indeed insufficient for both teams, pero ngayon tignan natin kung magkakaroon na naman tayo ng ganong klaseng istorya para sa ating finals game number 2. Pero ngayon, let's welcome our third member of our panel, Miss Flo Del Agua. Flo, anong storya mo dyan?
Maraming salamat, ladies. Blessed to be working with two beautiful people. And Daphne, sa'yo na mismo nang galing yung keyword natin for today, and that is insufficient. Para sa panig ng Akari Sparks Rizal, sabi sa akin ni Head Coach Manong Derek Kumaren, it was insufficient for them yung naging performance ng finals game 1 regardless kung nanalo sila. And this game, they really have to do a lot of cleaning up dahil kapag pinerform daw nila the same level of intensity, baka hindi daw nila makuha yung same na result. On the other hand, one of their veterans, Kate Castillo of Batangas, New Zealand Bluefire, sabi niya insufficient din yung naging fighting spirit ng team. Sabi nga nila, hindi na question na hindi binigay ni Lord yung panalo. Binigay na nga daw pero hinayaan nilang makuha ng iba. But today will be a different story, and Batangas came here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to come back for more for a Game 3. At sa ilang sandali lang po malalaman natin kung dito na po ba matatapos o magkikita-kita pa tayo para sa isa pang laro. Let me turn you over to our venue announcer to call the starting fives.
Regular season, ang Liga ng Jessica Vega and Nikki Garcia. Team manager is Joe Garcia. Team owners are Eric Ocampo, Antonio Reyes, and Carlos Reyes. And now let's meet the stars for the team looking to take home the title tonight. The Akari Sparks Rizal. Forward Central Escolar University number 21, Steph Ventura. Going on with Morley State University number 0, the Spark Park, Shemaya Abatayo. Small world with Adamson University number 24, our rookie of the year, Laura Pearl. Two guard with Morley State University number 15, the Ayutthaya Liza Panalote. And at center with the Morley State University number 17, the Alimaizali, Aliana Coaching Akari Sparks Rizal is Madam Derek Morales. Assistant coaches Robert Caldaxon, Roy Bananas, Michael Amor, John Mariquilang, and Ali Lim. Team manager is Rosie Rivera. Team owner is Kara Chu, Jane Chu, and Christopher Diu. Our referees for this matchup, crew chief, FIBA International Referee Harry Santos, first umpire national referee Irish Sanoan, and second umpire national referee Elaine Luri Supere. This game is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board.
Our finals game number 2, starting 5. First for the Batangas, New Zealand Bluefire, we are joined by Andrea Tongo, Kate Castillo, Snow Peñaranda, Riza Lozada, and Afril Bernardino for Akari Sparks Rizal. Makasama natin Shemaya Batayo, Riza Palmera, D. Ali Lim, Mar Prado, and Steph Ventura. This is the second season of the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Finals. Game number 2. It is Akari Sparks Rizal in the upper hand, 1-0. Will this be a game over and a championship for Akari Sparks Rizal? Or our defending champions, led by Coach Cholo Villanueva, will extend this into game number 3. But what a way to open things up for our Rookie of the Year, Mark Prado.
Ang aga naman nun, ang aga ng 3 points na yon. And you know what, Daphne? Nung ating finals game 1, it was also Mar Prado who got the first basket for Akari, for the game.
Ibang klaseng kumpiyansa yung meron.
Rookie for the year, for the reason.
Yep. Pull-up jumper. Perfect from the field. Ito Akari Sparks Rizal, 5-0 to open things up here in this finals game 2.
Napakadali ng basketball para kay Coach Riza Palmera, no? Kahit na anong anggulo ng tira, talaga namang
And I like how the Paco Arena is filled with a lot of fans tonight. I know.
and a very loud drums.
Yup, alam natin hindi naging maganda ang panahon nitong mga nakaraang araw, pero sigurado po tayo na magiging maganda ang bakbakan ngayon and one play for Snow Peñaranda.
You know, one thing that's very kapansin-pansin dito ay first 5 na ulit si Snow Peñaranda. Nung finals game 1, medyo nagulat kami ni Javi dahil napansin namin na hindi first 5 si Snow Peñaranda. And she had a little bit of a bad game nung game na yon. So, ngayon nakikita natin as early as the first few minutes of the quarter, bumomba na agad yung Snow Peñaranda. So, it's a matter of, pinag-usapan namin yun ni Javi na minsan sa mga players, nakaka-affect din yun eh. Kung first 5 ka ba, sometimes it orchestrates the energy dun sa game.
Yeah, especially if you're a player who's used to being part of the starters. May iba kasi na nag-iinit sila coming off the bench.
That's
but
right.
probably some tweaks that could also make or break situations. But regardless, andito tayo sa ating game number 2 as Snow Peñaranda Unable to secure the 3-point play, pero just a one possession ball game. Gandang agaw. Speaking of Peñaranda, Snow nagmamadali against Coach Ali. Backs it in.
Wow! What a game for Snow. Ito yung hinahanap natin na Snow nung finals game 1 eh. Medyo we were looking for, although na fill up naman ni Pring Fabroada yung mga pagkukulang doon ni Snow, pero iba pa rin yung may Snow Peñaranda inside.
But unfortunately, an early offensive foul was called against Snow Peñaranda. That was against Ventura underneath. I thought that was actually gonna be called for steps.
Oo nga eh, blocking,
Ay,
no?
yeah.
Oo, mukhang blocking siya kasi parang hindi naman nag-extend yung arms doon ni Snow. But again, it's a referee's discretion. And alam mo, nung first game, yan din yung parang tumalo kay Snow Peñaranda. She was called like 2 or 3 offensive fouls on that game.
But she needs to be very much careful of those fouls, especially in this big game. Run and gun situation. Snow Peñaranda redeems herself, creating the 6 points, all coming from the snowstorm.
The snowstorm herself.
Kanina, 5-0. Ang umpisa ng Akari Sparks Rizal, sinagutan ni Snow Peñaranda ng 6 consecutive points.
And maybe this was the missing piece. No, not maybe, but this was.
This hour, the aristocrat assist of the quarter, serving legacy since 1934. So far, di pa natin nakakita si April Bernardino na humahawak ng bola dito. And finally, she did against Ventura. And Coach Eliza Palmerdi that went in and out. The sharpshooter, Kate Castillo, drains that big three-pointer. This is a 9-0 run.
What a great move coming from Kate Castillo. Kate Castillo with 12 points nung ating finals game 1. Then she was able to hit 4 3 points nung game na yon. All 12 points from the 3 points area.
Seeing that step back triple by the sharpshooter Kate Castillo, 9-5 in the first quarter. Prado, Shamaya lays it up and in short. Coach Ali Lim with a putback finish.
You know, you can't leave Aliana Lim unattended sa shaded area. If you can't box her out, she will just fly and get the ball.
Kate handing it over to Afril. Afril showing us some footwork job. That's an end one for our 3-time MVP. Back-to-back part of our mythical team. Our defensive player of the season. This is our Hotel Sogo. So clean, so good. Play of the quarter. Her expertise underneath Afril Bernardino.
You know, napansin natin yung difference from the finals game 1 going to yung ngayong game 2. Parang mas relax yung New Zealand sa larong to. Nakita natin mas precise yung mga tira nila, mas sure, mas maganda yung takbo ng bola, no? Last game, they only have 19 assists all throughout the game. And sobrang liit nun para sa isang finals game compared to 25 of the Akari Sparks.
So yung mga ganun nakalatin, tiny things, some small things, but eventually, especially in that overtime situation, dun talaga mas napapairal na eh kung ano ba, what really hurt us during those first 4 quarters.
That's right, no? And nun nga, nung game 1, medyo hindi gaanong umiikot yung bola para dito sa Batangas. But now we are seeing a different kind of Batangas.
6 minutes and 13 seconds. Much needed conversion there on the side of Akari Sparks Rizal, courtesy of Coach Ali Lim.
Of course, Ali Rim to the rescue para sa kanyang kupunan.
No. Face baseline cut. May tapik para sa panig ng Rizal. 5 minutes and 53 seconds with 8.9 seconds. Pero ngayon makibalita muna tayo kay Flo.
It's timely that we talk about April Bernardino's regret during Game 1. She said, nagkulang ako sa pagiging leader from the get-go. Usually, I tell my teammates that anyone can be a leader, pero parang kapag ako yung nagkulang in specific, parang nag-feed off ang teammates ko doon. And although aminado si April na nalimit nga ang kanyang scoring in Game 1, bumawi naman daw siya sa small things like rebounds and communication, pero malaking regret na nung first quarter daw nung Game 1, hindi siya naging intense kaagad. So let's find out if these regrets will be cured this time around. Back to you, ladies.
Maraming salamat, Flo. Really crucial part itong si April Bernardino, the captain of the ship para sa Batangas, New Zealand. Couple of attempts not converted para sa panig ng Rizal. May agaw si Shemaya. There was a push called against Coach Ali Lim. So far, Sue, if we will see players who got the biggest roles inside, may matiging isang foul na.
And alam mo, naging malaking factor, especially sa Batangas, yung fouls. Because as early as the fourth quarter, Pring Fabroada and Snow Peñaranda were fouled out. So hindi na natin sila nakita nung overtime. So it could have been a different result kung nandoon sila nung overtime. Because Pring Fabroada was really big on that game, giving us 19 points. You know, she just averages less than 10 points. But now, nung game 1, talaga namang 19 points.
We know that around latter part na ng elims nung pumasok o bumalik ulit si Pring Fabroada. But from the moment she returned to, both of us are witnesses of her comeback and how much she could really contribute for Coach Chola's squad.
Sobrang consistent. Siya yung definition ng consistent. Whenever ilagay siya ni Coach Cholo, kahit ilang buwan siyang walang basketball training, you know, yung muscle memory nandun pa din.
Agree with you. And right now, lamang ng 6 na puntos itong panig ng Batangas, New Zealand with 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Both coaches, aside from the players, we would love to also highlight, give spotlight to our coaches. Coach Cholo Villanueva, one of the youngest coaches, not just here in the Wmpbl, but even in the men's basketball in the MPBL. But has been proving so much. His record speaks a lot of volume. And even here in the Wmpbl, meanwhile, Coach Manong Derek Pumarin, no doubt,
one of the veterans in the Philippines.
But mind you, this is just the second time he handled a women's basketball team. It was last season the first time. Ito yung second, pero just really asserting dominance itong ating mga coaches in our finals. But right now, a quick pause for some time out with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first. Of course, active is our official game ball here in the WMPBL, even from the first season. And up to this time, the second season, one of our ever generous and loyal sponsors, itong active. Of course, also gawang Pinoy.
Oo, tsaka hindi magiging maganda ang laro kung pangit ang bola. Kaya malaking bagay po na meron kaming isang magandang kalidad na bola para sa ligang ito.
This is already an 8-point advantage for Batangas, New Zealand, 79. This is the start that they would really wish and want to have, especially in that heartbreaking game number 1. Afrin kicks it out to Kate Castillo. No look pass to bring Fabruada na kay Tongko. 3-pointer, nope. Janine Pontejos lost control of the possession. Mananatili sa Batangas sa bola.
No, Janine Pontejos also had a very good game nung ating finals game 1. She had 19 points, 19 big points for one of the hearts of Akari, Janine Pontejos.
Afrin Bernardino was double team in that sequence. A foul will be called against Janine. That could also be a frustration foul after losing control of the cookie earlier. With just less than a minute, probably, that Janine was inside. She needed to rest out. It's Jen Angeles who will sub in for the very first time. Coach Ali Lim gathering Jen and Coach Riza, even more. And now, to Camille Sambile, just providing some instructions with her teammates.
And as we all know, no, Aliana Lim was converted into a playing coach already para dito sa Akari. Kaya naman, hindi talaga siya nag-aatubili na magbigay ng instructions para sa kanyang teammates.
Great pressure
Coming
for
from MG Kalang, who also had a very, very good game. Ang ating finals game 1 with big 3-point shots.
Point game. Paco for the loose ball. Nakuha ng Rizal. Jen, naagawan ulit ang bola dito. So there was a kickball.
Called against Coach Riza.
So far, hindi pa naitatawid ng maayos ang bola sa panig ng Akari Sparks Rizal. Minuto at may 30 seconds. Tongko for that fake against Sambile. Lozada nakabang from the corner. Tried to lay it up and in, but that went out.
It was a good intention there coming from Riza Lozada, but she was guarded by two big women.
Prado has it. 8 seconds to shoot. Nice defense. Defensive rebound rather, secured by Afril. And another foul will be called. This time that will be against Coach Riza.
This is somehow being the problem already of Akari. Medyo marami na silang fouls na binibigay para dito sa Batangas. And it could really affect how will they defend these ladies.
So far, Batangas, New Zealand with 3 team fouls. Akari Sparks Rizal clearly becoming frustrated in the sequences. Adria Tonko will be resting for now. Biggest lead now at 11 points para sa Batangas. The kind of beginning that Coach Cholo would really love right now. Sambile. Coach Ali Lim against Afril Bernardino. Solid denial there from our defensive player of the season, Afril. against Wmpbl. No fear in attacking the lane. She'll be earning some shots from the line.
Halos lahat na ata ng pinasok ni Coach Manang Derek ay ngayon ay may foul sa mga players ng Akari. And it's gonna be hard for them, to defend if they'll be committing more fouls. And as we can see, sabi nga ni Afril kanina yung sa report ni Flo na gusto ni Afril na first quarter pa lang rumatrat na siya. Gusto niya first quarter pa lang bigay todo na siya. And that's what we're seeing from her as early as the first quarter. Talaga namang kahit dalawa pa yung depensa, ina-atake niya all the way.
Especially just to really take advantage of being in this penalty situation. Kuha lang din ang kuha talaga ng puntos from the line.
And technical problems lang po tayo. Hindi umandar yung ating shot clock.
Yep.
The 24-second shot clock.
Great court awareness din from our
Referees,
referees.
and
Really
very
immediately
important. Yes.
recognizing that one. Because kung iba yan, syempre, focus na lang
Oo, sa
galaw ng
bola.
players yeah.
Of course, we want the best of the best para sa ating game 2. And but this is just a 11-point lead para sa New Zealand. Remind you nung ating game 1, Akari led up until 21. Pero muling nahabol pa rin yan ng Batangas. So any lead for now is very crucial for both teams.
So far, turnovers hurting ang kapanig ng Rizal. Unable to execute some plays. Laro, short in that attempt. Jen has it. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Adi, jumper short. Trying to search for a foul. Alang, long three. Look how she signaled for that defense immediately after raining that big three-pointer.
Everybody was so happy for Camille Claro. She was not able to play nung game 1. So you can feel, the eagerness to help the team para makaambag para sa team niya ngayong game 2.
Now she'll direct the offense for Batangas. Another one. This time off to the right.
Now that's gonna be hard for Camille Wmpbl. Camille Wmpbl was the reason Akari won nung ating game 1, I must say. She was the big person that led the team to that win nung game 1 natin.
Yung mga ganong X-factors rather
Oo,
talaga
oo.
sa isang team, and yung ganong moments kung saan as usual ang aasahan mo, Coach Raiza,
Oo.
Coach Adilem,
They all played well naman, pero iba yung Camille Wmpbl. And during the interview, sabi niya na kasi nung eliminations, hinayaan ko lang na sila yung umiscore para sa team. I was there to lead, pero hindi ko talaga masyadong kinukuha yung bola and hindi ako masyadong umi-score. Pero nung game 1, talagang kinukuha daw niya yung bola, and she wanted really to help the team and orchestrate the game for the Akari Sparks.
Well, right now, Akari Sparks stuck in this 9-point mark, 26-9. Meanwhile, what a start para sa Batangas. New Zealand Bluefire, Wmpbl, the X factor that we're talking about. Bola. Mapupunta sa Batangas. Great steal and read for Shemaya Batayo, and a foul will be called against Afril Bernardino.
That was an unnecessary foul to commit, especially for Afril Bernardino. And
Really, that's what you've mentioned, no? Unnecessary foul. Bakit?
Ayan.
Iba ang kalamangan nila dito. So, 26-9. Tapos, Less than a minute remaining.
Oo, tsaka masyado pang ano pa yun, loose ball pa masyado.
Solid denial. So Peñaranda came off the bench. Snow trying to navigate it through. Mapupunta sa Rizal ang bola. Those quick passes. 12 seconds. Sambile. Great read coming from Pring. 7 seconds. Unaware probably of the game clock winding down.
What a first quarter for these two teams. You know, this was like a reflection of what happened nung finals game 1, but in a different situation. No, it was Akari who was leading as much as 19 to 21 points nung ating game 1 ng ganitong panahon. But now, Batangas are defending champion with 26 big points in the first quarter alone. That was so huge.
Really a solid run created here for Batangas, New Zealand. That response they created to separate by 17 points, 26-9 in the first quarter. We've mentioned that in the past days, weather wasn't really in our favors, but tonight, it's gonna be a different story. Paco Arena is filled with a lot of supporters, a lot of fans in the women's basketball. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. This is finals game number 2 of the Wmpbl winner-go-home situation. Ang ating Sparks Rizal took over finals game 1. But eager to redeem themselves itong panig ng Batangas, New Zealand Bluefire in the 17-point gap. An early collision. That was between Coach Ali Lim and Pring Fabruada, who unfortunately had a bad landing. Talking about Pring, still down on the floor right now.
But she looks fine, but we are not so sure about her leg. She was holding her leg.
Not pretty sure if it's her leg, but I think it's her
Oh,
hand.
a hand pala. Baka
her
na itukod siguro yung kanyang kamay. We will check on the replay.
Yep. It's her right hand. Right wrist. Hopefully you'll get an update later on. Second quarter, we resume in action here in the Paco Arena. In the heart of Manila, 17-point advantage was established by Akari Sparks Rizal. They need some game changers this time around, and Jen Angeles takes it.
Well, it looks like it was Jen Angeles' time to be the magic hugot for Akari Sparks.
The former Growling Tigresses who struggled in that first 10 minutes of the ball game. Let's see how Akari Sparks Rizal will come back here in the second. Jumper from Adi. This is a 4-0 run for Rizal.
And as we can see, no, it was the second group of Manong Derek Pumaren that are able to score in the ball game. Kanina yung first 5 medyo nahihirapan, medyo hindi ganun ka-well organized compared to this second group. We have seen Jen Angeles and Adi Adlawan confidently making those shots that the Akari Sparks badly needed.
(26-14). This is a 4-0 run. Para sa panig ng Akari Sparks, Rizal coach Cholo did not want to settle for less. Immediately called for that quick break.
Yes, 4-0 run for the second quarter para dito sa Batangas.
Meanwhile, Afrel Bernardino just picking a lot of volume with her 3-time MVP award. 8.6 rebounds just in the first 10 minutes of this game. Adi Adlawan, big fancy on that one, but Candelario makes it easy for Rizal.
Again, LJ Candelario not present ng ating finals game 1. Ngayon, nakikita natin kung gaano siya ka-eager.
Floater's gonna be good for Camille Claro. Finally, much needed conversion on their end. That's their first field goal here in the second quarter. So this is a mix of the first 5 para sa Akari Sparks Rizal together with some players or some second stringers para kay Manong Derek Pumaren.
That's right, and as I've said a while ago, no, it was the second group, the second stinger of Coach Manong Derek Pumaren that has been very essential para sa kanya sa game na to. Nakita natin yung first 5 kanina, medyo nahihirapan talaga silang umiscore, but for the second group, mas madali.
MG ka lang. Kita mo yung sipag ni MG,
Yes.
no? I think that's also one of her advantages. Kaya, no doubt, bakit, alam mo yun, parang andun din yung tiwala ni Coach Cholo whenever pinapasok si MG inside.
Kahit na ang laki ng height advantage sa mga binabantayan niya. Noong game 1, alam mo ba, Coach Riza was, in the first half, Coach Riza was like 20 plus points already. Pero nung pinabantay si MG Kalang sa kanya towards the second half, nahirapan na si Coach Riza.
But this is the same picture we've witnessed in the first quarter wherein Akari Sparks Rizal had their own run followed by the response by Batangas because this is the exact same story that's happening right now. 6 consecutive points ang sagot ng Batangas. 16-point game, 32-16 with 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Candelario was asking for it, but they tried to activate Coach Ali. Candelario kicks it out. Jen, same spot, different result.
Now, Afrel Bernardino will be bringing down the ball.
Claro will dictate. It's Angeles utilizing that screen. Bouncing it off to Snow Peñaranda. Love that celebration coming from the snowstorm.
You know, that connection from Camille Claro and Snow Peñaranda was from college pa.
It's our Hotel Sogo, so good play of the quarter. Yung sense of, kumbaga, satisfaction is Snow when she was able to nail that one in.
Kasi yung mga ganong tira niya nung game 1, hindi pumapasok, Daphne eh. Nakita natin ilang beses yung mga move na ganyan, normal yan kay Snow. Pero nung finals game 1, for some reasons, kahit tutukan, kahit wala ng depensa, hindi pumapasok. So nakita natin ngayon kung gaano siya katuwa na talaga namang ang dali na sa kanya pumapasok yung mga tira na yon.
Look how pumped up Queenie Aquino is after that solid denial against the Rookie of the Year, Mar Prado.
akala ko
Crowd
nga
not
score na
liking-
eh.
Yep. Crowd not liking it though, but Candelario looks to hype up her team with a 10-1 play.
Nabawi agad yung yung hype up ng Batangas. Switching it to Akari.
From that baseline inbound, immediately asking for it was Candelario.
Kita niya, walang nagbabantay sa akin eh, di.
LJ just completed that 3-point play. Now Rosel Jonicio will be inserted in for the first time. Pahinga muna itong si Snow Peñaranda. Six minutes and 45 seconds. License to shoot for Camille Claro, but she will miss this time. Jonicio coming off the bench, missing that elbow J. Shem, corner three-pointer won't work. MG Galang runs it down on the other side. Claro to Bernardino. MG, three-pointer off to the right. Agawan ng bola for that rebound after securing the rock for Batangas. Counter snatched. Abatayo. Nice three-man game. It's Janine Ponteos welcoming herself back.
Now the lead is just down to 14 points from 19 earlier.
Slowly, Akari sparks Rizal. Finding the right answer here in the second quarter. Halang. Short. Rebound. Nakuha ni Afril Bernardino. Outside shots. Not becoming the best friend rather so far of Batangas. But Camille Claro says, okay, I'm gonna take it this time.
Ang ganda naman ang gising ng ating Steph Curry of the Philippines.
Camille Claro knocking down her second triple. But Janine Ponteos
Will not allow it. Of course, Janine Ponteos also one of the great shooters of the women's basketball.
Again, Janine Ponteos opted to transfer here during the trade window. Find her new home in Akari Sparks Rizal. They got more stronger, but Camille Claro, that's her third one already. So
You know what's dangerous kay Camille Claro? Kapag nabigyan mo yan ng kumpiyansa, tuloy-tuloy na yan.
selfless movement here for Batangas, probably too much. LJ against Rosel. LJ. Whistle was blown by our referee. 2 shots from the line.
Janine Ponteos continually asking for that ball, but she was being patient.
This is our aristocrat assist of the quarter. Shemaya with that dish to Janine Ponteos. Right now with 4 minutes and 15 seconds, Candelario will be earning shots from the line. Makibalita muna tayo kay Flo Delago.
Thank you, Daphne. In the huddle of Akari earlier, Manong Derek Pumarin very visibly and audibly frustrated with how that first quarter went. Sabi ni Manong, if we can't perform sa court natin, i-perform natin doon sa court nila at dumepensa tayo lalo. In Game 1, Batangas out-rebounded Rizal by a bunch. Pero ika ni Manong, the reason why we won that game was because although they had more possessions, we were able to stop most of them. At yun yung parehas na eagerness na gusto makita ni Manong here in Game 2 as they also try to take advantage of not having Pring Fabruada from Batangas, who is now being assessed still by their medical team. Sabi sa akin ni Pring, 7 out of 10 pain daw. Tumunog kasi ang elbow niya dahil yung body weight niya doon sa siko lumapag. Hinila nga lang daw niya, but right now even their medical team is unsure and still thoroughly assessing whether this is something more serious for Pring. All for now.
Let's all hope na makabalik agad ito si Pring Fabruada, one of the X factors of Coach Cholo for Batangas. And to Flo's point, no, in that rebounding department, it was 52-39 wide gap. Despite that loss, Batangas took over in commanding or taking over the boards. Pero ngayon, 24-19, mukhang may separation ulit na ginagawa itong Batangas. But right now, 41-27, Sue, ang game scenario in the second quarter. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Sharpshooter.
Kate Castillo. No, Camille Claro. Okay. Kate Castillo is there to replace that 3 points from her.
Mukhang nabati ko yung sinasabi kong outside shots. Hindi nila best friend ngayon, but
Mukhang best friend na.
that will be a miss for Castillo. Pass it from the wrong one by Andrea Tongco. Na kay Prado ang bola ngayon. Janine Pontejos launching a three-pointer. Won't work. Kita mo kanina, puro takuan eh. Right now, they're trying to ease the pacing
yun
of
nga
the game.
Yun yung sasabihin ko. Instead na may atake na sana, pero hindi sila umaatake. Parang mas pinipili nilang mag-settle down, mas kumuha ng sure shot. Well, it's okay, it's good. Pero minsan kasi, for example, kanina, I saw Aliana Lim, si MG na yung bantay niya eh. Could have been a good attack, no?
But seeing that miss from Kate Castillo, April Bernardino was there for that putback. Some frustrations happening para sa panig na Akari Sparks Rizal. Timeout muna tayo. Minutes and 42 seconds, and earlier during the timeout, Sue, we were mentioning about this tough start by Batangas, New Zealand. Couple of attempts, not wasting, not taking for granted, but Akari Sparks Rizal, a lot of miscommunications happening on their end. And
That's right.
no doubt bakit nagmatawag ng timeout si Manong Derek.
Parang hindi nag-uusap yung
Yeah.
mga players sa loob.
Parang ibang-ibang Rizal yung nakita natin in comparison to what happened in game number 1. Chani Lim will deliver from that one-hander. Castillo has it. 8 seconds to shoot. Afren with that floater move. You're not allowed to allow April Bernardino left alone.
Pero libre na siya, no? Alam kung ibang player yun, ititira na yun kasi libre. Pero since it was April, and again, as mentioned by Flo kanina, ang goal ni April ay umatake ng umatake, rumatrat ng rumatrat.
Parang this time around, for sure, April Bernardino got that sense of urgency after having that regret
Oo
in
nga, nung
game
game
number 1.
1.
Sometimes all it takes is a certain setback for you to come back here in game number 2, at mukhang ganun ang ginagawa nitong si April Bernardino.
That's right.
Still a 17-point game. Pontejos. Fadeaway J, hindi gagana. "75 seconds. April against Coach Ali Lim. Notas Lozada absorbing that contact.
What a great attack from Riza Lozada. You know, she was one of the youngest players here in the Batangas, New Zealand. But you see the basketball IQ that she has attacking the basket.
And we know that from the corner, it's farther to attack the lane, but you would really see her navigating her way inside. Kanina niya pa ginagawa yung mga fake na sa atake, but she would usually go for those dish.
That's
this
right.
time, got her confidence and completed the three-point play.
Layup. That's right. Finger roll pa yun. Ang hirap nun.
20-point advantage. Earlier, this was trimmed down by just 14 points.
Now, we are seeing a very good defense coming from the Batangas. And again, na pag-usapan natin nung first game, pag-usapan namin ni Javi na yung offense kasi ng Batangas is always coming from a great defense, a good defense. So, hindi sila masyadong nakakascore on the other end kapag pangit yung depensa nila. And nakita natin ngayon na that's what's really is happening, no? Ang ganda ng depensa nila, they're forcing turnover on the other side and then score sila dito.
Alam mo, every time there are shots being converted by Batangas, I've never seen yet Coach Cholo really celebrate. Usually, ang signal niya every time na may shot na created yung Batangas, yung signal niya na for defense.
Defense na agad.
Yun
So,
na agad.
alam
Diba
niya
lang,
na,
okay.
sinasignal na niya anong susunod dating depensa. Ganun talaga. Again, this is a defense. Actually, itong both coaches na to is a defender kind of coaches.
The attack was short for Mar Prado. Ali Lim absorbing that contact.
No, this lineup, as you can see, Aliana Lim is towering in this lineup. Kitang-kita naman natin na Aliana Wmpbl also and Prado as well. Sobrang laki nila compared sa limang nasa loob. Ang big guy mo na nandito was Abby Manzanares, which stands like a 5'5", 5'6" of height. And compared to Aliana Lim, Mar Prado, and Wmpbl, they could easily attack the basket.
Now, another opportunity here for Batangas. Tongko to Manzanares, denied from behind. And I guess every one of us was unaware of that game clock, which winded down. We thought there was still a lot of time going through. But seeing our second quarter highlights. So we talked about na ibang klase ang pinakita nitong Batangas really as early as the first 10 minutes of this game. They were in command. They tried to dictate the ball game, and that's why they were able to create the separation.
That's right, and yung may mga miscommunications dito sa depensa, sa opensa coming from the Akari that, you know, led that big lead for the Batangas, New Zealand.
And right now, this is a 19-point game, 51-32.
We are back here inside Paco Arena, right at the heart of the city of Manila. Ako po si Flo Del Agua, joined by Daphne Cristobal and Sue Ali in a while. Pero ngayon po, dito sa ating halftime break, sinamahan po ako ng ating very generous sponsor from Hotel Sogo. Miss Sue Geminiano is the corporate marketing head of Hotel Sogo. Maraming salamat po for joining me. A lot of our basketball fans, Miss Sue, were very curious, with Hotel Sogo's involvement here in the WMPBL. So what motivated po ba Hotel Sogo to sponsor WMPBL this season?
Well, Hotel Sogo's core value is malasakit. And because of that, we are concerned of every Filipino and everyone in the community. Thus, we are also, of course, committed to ensure the empowerment of women. At the same time, we want to promote equality, and which aligns also somehow with what we offer and what the brand promises to the public, and that is the So Clean, So Good. We are good, and therefore, we are good in serving our community friends, and also we want to promote inclusivity.
I like that you already mentioned equality, inclusivity, kasi napapanahon po yata yung ipopromote nyo sa amin na bago nyong ino-offer, Miss Sue. I think it's about Pride Month. Tama po ba?
Well, yes, we just launched the Pride Pass. We call it Hotel Sogo Pride Pass, and this is the card that we have. We have different partners, not only discounts at our hotel, but also the discounts from Angel's Pizza, Cut Encarnacion, and Figaro, and other more. There are a lot. We have Stella Aesthetics, Aesthetic Clinics. This is being offered not only because you are an LGBT. You can have this even if you are not one of those of that community.
Siguro parang Pride special lang po dahil napapanahon. It is Pride Month po last month.
This one because again, one of our concern is also to promote, and we are committed with equality and inclusivity, not only just offering staycation or just for hospitality, but we indeed are concerned with our fellow community people, not only straight, of course, and but also everyone, literally.
We are glad to hear that, and we are so very grateful for all of Hotel Sogo's help for us this season. Yung huling mensahe niyo po para sa mga sumusuporta.
You can always watch out for the other promos and perks, discounts at our website, hotelsogo.com.ph, and our official Facebook fan page, Instagram, and Twitter.
Maraming salamat po. Once again, that was Ms. Sue Geminiano, the corporate marketing head of our generous sponsor, Hotel Sogo. Balik muna tayo sa inyo, Daphne.
Maraming salamat, Flo. And thank you so much also, Miss Sue, for continuously supporting the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League here in the second season. 51-32 was our halftime score. Batangas, New Zealand taking control of the pacing of this game so far. Jen Angeles tried to be one of the game changers during the second quarter, Sue, but still that would require more help, more effort. Halftime stats, kita naman natin yung disparity in terms of that rebounding, Sue, 31-24. And those turnovers really hurting itong panig ng Akari Sparks Rizal. And let's find out how they will bounce back pagdating ng second half.
And one more factor talaga, Daphne, doon sa first half ng game na to is yung 3 points ng Batangas, New Zealand. As early as the first half, pumutok agad. They made 6 out of 20. And that came big para dito sa Batangas compared to just the 3 made ng Akari Sparks.
We already talked about Sue during our finals game number 1. It was the same story kung saan Akari Sparks Rizal were also trailing. But look how they needed that extra 5 minutes to make sure na sila ang makakuha ng finals game number 1.
Now, malaking yun nga, pinag-usapan natin kanina off the air na 19 points din yung kalamangan ng Akari nung first half ng ating game 1. And now, Batangas ending the first half with 19 points lead as well. But again, kung ganun man ang mangyayari, it's gonna be hard and hindi pwedeng mag-relax dito or mag-petics ang New Zealand because nung game 1, mabilis na nahabol coming to the second half yung 19-point lead na yon.
Pero ngayon, nakita natin how upset Coach Manong Derek Pumarin is...
He's been warned by
I think
our
he was already called.
Oh,
By, yeah.
called
It
na
was Kate earlier.
who had the free throw.
Yeah.
Hindi tayo pwedeng masyadong magpa-affect sa mga tawag ng referee, especially na si Akari yung humahabol ngayon sa game na to.
Biggest lead now at 21 big points for Batangas, New Zealand. Lim has it. Prado. Lalabas muna ang bola na kay Coach Riza. Back with Mar. Prado. To Coach Riza. Draining a three-pointer. Won't work. Andeng. Labas ang bola kay Kate. He tried to execute the play here with 8 seconds to shoot. Three-pointer in and out for Castillo.
That's a good angle, a good play as well. The foul was called for Kate Castillo on that possession. She was, Umar Prado was guarded by Kate, and there is a mismatch on that possession.
Prado asking for it. Snatches a foul against Afril.
I think it's against No. But they were contesting kasi tumalon lang naman vertically si Snow. But again, siguro nakita ng ating mga referee, it was the hands na medyo nakapayong ng konti, kaya siya tinawagan ng foul doon.
It's also the hand.
Yun
Because
nga,
even if you're
nakapayong
putting
nga
hands
yung,
up, yeah.
medyo
Bumaba eh.
nakapayong yung kamay doon ni Snow, kaya siya tinawagan ng foul.
Guilty or not guilty yung ganun sa players, no? If you know, you know, Sue.
Yeah. Kasi minsan ako
Pwesto mo
din
rin
parang
mo yun
feeling
eh.
ko, nakataas lang naman yung kamay ko eh.
Yeah.
Pero may mga, yun nga, may mga angulo minsan na hindi natin napapansin na nakapayong na pala yung mga kamay natin.
Kasi nga umuulan, kaya nakapayong.
Oo nga naman.
I think that's the reason behind this. But Mar Prado will deliver from the charity stripe. Quiddy Aquino will come back in. Pahinga si Snow Peñaranda.
Kailangang ilabas si Papi dahil baka kumana na naman ng maraming foul at mapaaga na naman ang kanyang pag-graduate.
Castillo handing it over dito kay Quinny Aquino who will miss.
Alam mo, medyo marami nang minimintis si Queenie na mga ganong tira from this game, and those were much needed shots for Batangas.
Slowly but surely, they try to trim the lead down courtesy of Coach Ali Lim. This hour Hotel Sogo, so good play of the quarter, but right now we got some halftime stories coming from Flo.
This whole season, Coach Manong Derek prides Akari Sparks Rizal as that team whose players have an on switch. Kumbaga, yung players niya kayang maging role player o kayang maging main contributor depending on what the team needs. Sabi kasi ni Manong, the culture I'm trying to develop here is regardless of minutes and groupings, everybody is seen and treated as equal. Kaya lang, itong brand ng basketball, hindi nakita ni Manong from the Sparks in the first half. In their dugout, Manong shared, lahat kayo gustong mag-shoot, lahat kayo gustong maging bida, that is not who we are. Kaya nagka-turn over tayo dahil lahat kayo nagpapadala masyado sa inyong kanya-kanyang excitement. Your thoughts, ladies?
Right on cue. Baka pwedeng nagpapadala rin, not just with excitement but also with
Sa
emotions.
tawag ng referee,
Yep.
no? Oo, medyo hindi pumapabor sa kanila yung mga tawag ng referee. But again, those are discretions from our referees. And gusto ko ding i-highlight yon yung sinabi ni Manong Derek na nagkakanya-kanya sila. It really reflects inside the court. Kasi compared nung game 1, they were doing so much basic basketball eh. Yung mga plays nila sobrang smooth, It was run perfectly, it was executed perfectly yung nung game 1. Pero ngayon, kung makikita mo, ilang beses na may mga dalawang tao sa isang pwesto, may mga hindi alam kung saan pupunta. Yun yung nangyari nung first half. But now, going to the second half, medyo mukhang nagigising na ang team ng Akari Sparks.
which will be led by the Rookie of the Year, Mar Prado, showing no signs of any fear here in this ball game. It's 53-38. Timeout muna tayo. The X factors that we were talking about, Sue, keeping on becoming still a factor here even on this game, but praying Fabruada as well as Camille Sambile with 19 points during our finals game number 1, but not the usual suspects probably here in our finals game number 2. Top scorer so far, Afril with 12 points para sa Batangas, followed by Camille Claro with 11. Snow Peñaranda with 10. That's Spring Fabruada getting some stretches probably with her right hand after that bad landing during the second quarter. Coach Ali Lim, the lone player in Akari Sparks Rizal, with a double-digit production with 10 points. No foul was called.
And
Yep.
it was Christy Barikit with a great attack there. Even if she was guarded, heavily guarded by LJ Candelario rather. Di kasi ako sanay kasi Santo Domingo ko talaga siya kilala.
Barikit. Launch a three-pointer. Nope. Almost a steal. Shemaya trying to run. Prado atake. Ball deflected by Kate Castillo. Agawan ng bola. May sipaan. May sikuhan.
May daganan.
Pero jump ball ang
Pero
tawag nating
jump ball.
referees. Kala ko pupuntahan na rin dun so eh.
Makikitagan din ako doon. You know, of course, this is the finals. You know, kaya ganito ka-intense. Yung game 1 nga, halos every possession may tumutumba. Ganong level yung
That was a
ating,
wise play we saw from Shemaya Batayo.
an unusual one, but buti na lang naging successful.
Nakatalikod yung defender, opted to go for, she used her back, I mean the back of one of the players from
Christy
Batangas.
Barikit. It was Christy
It was
Barikit.
Christy. The great wall of Coach Ali Lim.
Ariana Lim was guarded a while ago by Andrea Tongko.
Shemaya bouncing it off to LJ, lost control almost of that possession. He got 8 seconds to shoot. Lim against Barikit. Floater was short.
Great effort there coming from Afril Bernardino.
Barikit hesitates, choosing Afril.
Afril was not ready on that possession, but you know, she was still able to put up the ball and gets a foul.
And as always, in times where you are not ready, that's when you'll be suddenly required to be ready or prepared.
And sa finals, kailangan always ready. Kita mo naman yung Camille Claro. Pinasok, pumukol ng 11 points lang naman.
11 points lang naman. No pressure, but yeah. Love that confidence she got
That's right.
in the second quarter for Batangas. Probably the X factor. LJ against Barikit. Love the defense. Courtesy of Barikit and Afril.
That's right.
Anding. Babalik kay Christy. Almost a fast break chance stolen by Kate Castillo. Lozada navigates her way through.
She was all alone.
This was too high from Coach Riza. Off to the left was the three-pointer by Coach Riza. We've been missing her presence here. Talking
That's
about
right.
Coach Riza
Yes.
Palmerdi in finals game number 2.
No, the finals game 1, she was double digit in the scoring department. First half pa lang.
This is not the first time that there was a miss from Batangas, but the putback was really steady underneath since there was no one to guard para sa panig ng Akari Sparks Rizal.
That's
That
right.
even happened in the first half, and now Manong Derek Pamaran will be calling for a quick break. (58-38), still a 20-point advantage para sa banig ng Batangas, New Zealand Bluefire. They've been searching for some game changers, some missing links on their side, yet
Sabi mo nga, no, we haven't heard from Coach Riza. We haven't heard much from Aliana Lim, from Janine Ponteos, from Mar Prado. And for the X Factor, Camille Sambile as well. A technical was called for Coach Cholo Villanueva. And a free throw will be rewarded for Akari Sparks. Those is yung mga simpleng tirang ganon.
the reaction of Coach Cholo though after that miss from that technical free throw. I was thanking God. It was a miss.
Kasi pwede talagang mag-shift yung
Oo,
momentum.
Yeah. That's really the point there. Kadang agaw dito para kay Bernardino. Afril against Coach Riza. And one.
Grabe yun. She was out of balance already because of the defense of Coach Riza Palmera, but she was still able to put that ball on the basket.
And now they scream MVP. Some MVP things. And it was that last tap by Coach Riza Palmeradi. That's why the 3-time MVP ended up in this 3-point play situation.
And you know, 26 big points na po ang naibibigay ni Afril Bernardino. Make it 27 for the finals game 2. And we're just in the third quarter, guys. Third quarter pa lang. She's the season MVP back-to-back for a reason.
Couple of steals created here for Batangas. 23-point gap. Afril against Camille. Nipik Lozada. Nailing a three-pointer. Agawan ng bola. It's Janine. To be called for steps.
And will be called for a travel. You know, yung isa pa nating napansin, no, yung presence of mind as well para dito sa Akari, parang medyo lost yung mga players nung first quarter and hanggang ngayon, third quarter. Yun nga, sabi mo kanina, may mga play na libre na ay namintis pero wala pa ring bumalik sa depensa, nakapag-put back pa din ng maluwag yung Batangas.
Bernardino, long three. MVP things.
29 big, 30 na rather. 30 big points. I will have to double check, but I believe 30 points na po.
Minutes and 43 seconds.
32 points, Daphne. Oh, rather, mali pala ako. 19 points pala. 19 points, Afril Bernardino in this ball game.
Montejos, you gotta execute here and not waste this possession. Prado trying to escape her defenders and she'll be getting some shots from the line.
Now nakikita natin Prado really trying to attack the basket because this is the Prado that we know. You know, Prado really is a slasher kind of player. But again, nung nag-start siya sa Akari, we have seen that somehow Manong Derek is converting her into a shooting guard. And it was kind of successful, no? May mga magagandang tira naman si Prado outside. Pero again, she was really much more effective attacking the basket.
And now, Mar Prado earning shots from charity stripe. Pahinga si Coach Ali Lim. Have Wmpbl, Candelario, Prado, Angeles, and Montejos inside for Akari Sparks Rizal. Kalang, Lozada, Claro, Aquino, and Bernardino inside para sa Batangas. Slippery side of the court.
But MG Kalang and Riza Lozada wouldn't mind it. They're just there to save the ball.
Jen to Mar. Pabalik kay Janine. Went for that floater move. Gagana yan para sa isang Janine Montejos.
Ganun yung mga play na ginawa ng Akari nung finals game 1. Those ball movement hanggang sa may malibre, those kind of execution yung nakapagpalamang at nakapagpapanalo sa kanila.
This is still a 25-point gap. Prado, mabibitawan ang bola dito. Janine, kick it out to Camille Wmpbl, handing it over to Jen Angeles with that sorry miss.
You see, again, it was kind of a presence of mind kind of game on that possession. as Camille Zambili wasn't, well, we're not sure if she's not aware or she was kind of nalito na kung the double ba or hindi.
Claro, utilizing that screen from Afril, went for that floater move. Nope. Afril, all of a sudden, securing that offensive board. Second chance para sa mga nakaputi. A bit of hesitation. Kalang was asking for it. Couple of misses para sa Batangas, but offensive rebounds.
Couple of rebounds as well. You see the aggressiveness of Batangas. You know, they're really diving for the ball. Lahat bumabangga.
But unfortunately, Camille Claro will be assisted on the sidelines.
Bad landing.
She is limping in pain. I think that's probably on her groin area. Let's have an update later on with 92 seconds remaining in the third. Madali. Jen Angeles, sidestep move. Overcooking. That penetration. Jen. Koshemaya. Sticking her tongue out, even so. They got denied from behind.
You know, Akari is a kind of team which is very good in making plays, executing good plays. Hindi sila wala masyado silang advantage on fast breaks. Kaya napansin natin, every time that there's a fast break on the Akari side, they try to settle down the ball. They try to look for a teammate to pass the ball. Wala masyado yung umaatake agad during the fast break compared to the Batangas team. Ngayon, ang mangyayari, nahihirapan tuloy kumuha ng momentum si Akari because if they try to slow down the game, syempre, nauubusan sila ng oras para makahabol sa game. And hindi sila pwedeng mag-aksaya ng oras because they're trailing for a lot of points. Hindi lang naman to 2 points, 4 points na pwede mong i-settle down yung opensa mo eh. Mas kailangan mong umatake, mas kailangan mong mabilis mag-isip because you want that momentum to shift on your side. Kaya medyo nahihirapan yung Akari to get back on track.
Yun, and to cut that long story short, no, so parang mas gusto natin na quality minutes yung mangyari dun sa fast break chances sana na Akari Sparks Rizal. Wag na yung puro setup because especially right now that the time is not their best friend. Probably their enemy, especially na they're trailing. 67-41. Anding. Ginamit ng screen, galing kay Bernardino, Barikit, a bit of hesitation, but that baseline drive, love that celebration coming from Queenie Aquino. She is totally pumped up.
Fine, because finally, she was able to make that basket. Kanina pa siya maraming magagandang tirang namintis.
Got 8 seconds to shoot here. 6 seconds. Differential from our game clock. Zambili, nope. Queenie Aquino with 3 seconds. Queenie still with that miss.
But still an applaud for Coach Cholo for that 5-man team who was able to maintain the lead for Batangas.
This is our the aristocrat assist of the quarter. That baseline drive coming from Queenie Aquino to get that finish courtesy of Barikit. This is our third quarter highlight. So here in the third quarter, sabi natin first half, ang bilis ng pangyayari. Third quarter was pretty long, but we can attest that still showing some consistency itong panig nila Coach Cholo.
That's right, no? And then both coaches being really affected on the game. Nakita natin, pareho na pong tinawagan ng technical ang ating dalawang coaches. But, you know, we're still part of the game na talaga namang mainit. And we still look forward for the Akari to get their rhythm back in the finals game 2.
69-41 is our third quarter score. course, we have here Commissioner, our hardworking Commissioner, Coach Wmpbl, together with Boss Ivan. And of course, isa sa mga history makers natin dito sa Wmpbl. We have here Jack, Animam, and of course,
Beside her was Gemma Miranda, also a former teammate from NU Lady Bulldogs.
kasama rin natin, of course, City Councilor of Tagaytay City, Sir Miko Francis Tolentino. Maraming salamat sa pagsuporta dito sa Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Even from the last season, ganun na, no? At laging nakasuporta.
Yes. Totoo yan, no? Nung meron pa tayong Tagaytay Tall Patriots, talaga namang support.
MG Kalang is the real one who's pumped up in tonight's game. We said it was Queenie Aquino, but against Janine Pontejos, MG was frustrated like a cute baby. And she immediately looked at Coach Cholo.
And Ameng Torres just, first time on the game. May ambag agad para dito sa Batangas, New Zealand.
Nine minutes and 45 seconds. Na kay Pontejos ang bola. Coach Ali Lim went for that elbow J, and a foul will be called. But this is already a 30-point gap soon.
30-point gap will be hard to recover for the Akari Sparks if they don't start now, as they only have 9 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the ball game. Are we seeing a game 3? Are we gonna see you all on a game 3 of the WMPBL Season 2?
Nine minutes and 33 seconds. But during the first two quarters, we've already seen how Batangas was able to establish, yung ganun kalaking kalamangan.
Yes.
But they continue to do it even in the third. But here in the fourth, how will Akari Sparks Rizal, redeem themselves with 9 minutes and 28 seconds remaining?
Yeah, nakita natin yung mga tira ng Akari. Medyo hirap talaga silang tumira, medyo pilit. Compared nung game 1, again, they were running every play smoothly. Na talaga namang magugulat ka na lang na, basic basketball. They did basic basketball nung game 1. And now, compared to their game now, nakita natin medyo yung mga tira nila medyo pilit. Medyo hirap na hirap silang umiscore.
They were asking for a foul in that sequence. Na kay Jen ang bola dito. That's gonna be a big 3 here in the fourth.
That's her second triple of the ball game. And those are much needed shots coming from Akari.
And I wonder, Sue, if magigising ba si Coach Riza Palmera dito? Will that tandem of Coach Ali Lim and Coach Riza work wonders here in the fourth, especially getting some help from Jen Angeles together with Janine Pontejos?
That's right, no. Sabi nga ni Coach Manong Derek nung game 1, the heart of Akari were Coach Riza Palmera, Aliana Lim, and Janine Pontejos. Those three, they all need to work together to get the win. Kaya naman napasa kanila talaga yung win ng game 1 because that three made a huge statement for the Akari Sparks together with Camille Sambile pa and Mar Prado. Talaga namang nagbunga yung 5-man team na yon para sa Akari. But now, again, if merong isa or dalawa doon sa tatlong puso ng Akari, medyo nahihirapan silang mag-recover.
I like how Queen Aquino is still being entrusted here by Coach Cholo Villanueva despite having
a lot of missed shots. Kasi nga, Coach Cholo is a defender, is a defensive kind of coach. So, okay lang sa kanya nagmimintis ka, okay lang hindi ka sumushoot, basta dumedepensa ka.
Agawan sila ng rebounds doon. MG Kalang who tried to save that leather. Extended yung naging court niya doon. And now after Bernardino on the sidelines. Welcome back inside. Replacing itong si Queenie Aquino.
And even with 24-point lead, no? Talagang Coach Cholo will still let Afril Bernardino lead his team all the way.
8 minutes and 10 seconds. Lim, favorite move. That won't work.
Again, those kinds of shots, yung mga pilit na tira, yung mga hindi masyadong gumagalaw ang bola na kind of play is not what Akari nung finals game 1.
But so, probably focusing naman dito sa positive side for Batangas. You talked about how Snow Peñaranda struggled during finals game number 1. Aside from her, starting off pretty strong, what really changed? What worked out well for Batangas to be in this position rather, kung saan sila ang lamang even from the first 10 minutes of this game?
You know, they're really so aggressive. They're doing very good on defense. Yun talaga. Knowing Coach Cholo, he always wanted a team that is good on defense kasi for him, offense will just follow. And yun yung pinakita ng Batangas as early as the first quarter. Nakita natin, everyone was really scrambling for the ball. Everyone dumadive sa bola, tumatalon, rumi-rebound. And that's what he wants. Kaya nakuha agad nila yung kalamangan. And now their job, you know, the easier job is to just maintain the lead. And hindi sila kailangan maghabol.
7 minutes and 27 seconds. Coach Ali Lim against Afril. Nice defense from Bernardino.
Those are unusual missed shots from Aliana Lim.
Claro, back in action here after that bad landing earlier. Coach Ali Lim nagmamadali. Afril coming from nowhere but unbothered by that defense was Ali Lim.
Now, it's an 8-0 run for the Akari Sparks. Ito na ba ang inaantay natin na pag-gising ng Akari Sparks?
Let's find out. 22-point game. Lim just secured the rock for Akari Sparks Rizal. This is our third aristocrat assist of the quarter. Serving legacy since 1934. 36 rather. And to your point earlier, Sue, 8 consecutive points para sa Rizal. Will they be able to continue that run? Hindi nakailag si Kuya Alex on this time.
Well, on that possession, that could have been an extra pass to Aliana Lim down the basket. Mas madaling tira, mas sure na tira, mas kailangan nila yon para dahil sila ang naghahabol ngayon.
Last touch si Ref eh. Kita ko. Kita ko, Su.
Kanino kaya yung bola pag...
Nakita ko, Su eh. Last touch, Ref. Kita ko eh. Six minutes and 13 seconds. Another steal para sa panig ng Akari Sparks Rizal.
Again, this is very unusual for Akari, no? Those kinds of miscommunication. Nakikita mo, may mga pinapasahan na nakatalikod.
Yeah.
Hindi natin to nakita nung finals game 1. They were all composed. They were all focused on the game. They were really in the game nung finals game 1 compared to this game.
Ball stolen away by Andeng. Nakaiklaro ngayon of that ball distribution para sa panig ng Batangas. And we could really see some execution of plays. Everyone getting some ball touches. Claro.
for that big three-pointer.
Camille Claro says, we're gonna take care of business tonight.
You're asking me about the factor. I think it's Camille Claro.
Agree
who
with
just,
you.
Who just let the momentum remain and stay for the Batangas, New Zealand.
From the 22-point game earlier, babalik sa 25 points. Merry Christmas, sabi ni Camille Claro.
Back here in the final minutes of our Game 2 of the Wmpbl Finals, and to echo what Sue Ali has been mentioning earlier, yan din kasi mismo ang narinig ko sa kanilang huddle kanina. Coach Cholo Villanueva was very clear with what he wants for Batangas here in the end game. Our focus now is to up our defense and do everything to prevent Rizal from getting a momentum. Simple lang kasi ang logic ni Coach Cholo. He said kahit hindi tayo gaanong makascore in the final minutes, if you'll follow me in getting those stops, ang ending, mananalo pa din naman tayo. Your thoughts, ladies?
Here with 5 minutes and 33 seconds, so a lot could still happen, pero nakikita natin how determined, locked in Batangas is tonight, how they started, and probably that's also how they will finish.
That's right, no? And kung nung game 1 ang nasabi ko na lang ay nangangamoy OT, ngayon mukhang nangangamoy game 3.
Naamoy mo rin na.
Naamoy ko din Nung game 1, naamoy ko yung OT.
Grabe pala yung pang-amoy nito.
Medyo nagdilang anghel ako dun Ngayon, parang iba yung naaamoy ko
Akala ko kung anong naaamoy nito. Ako naamoy ko si Mary Philip Mabango.
Mabango.
Just also a huge shout out to Mr. Ken Pangininan, one of the hardworking commentators in the MPBL, watching us live, supporting women's basketball.
And i-shout out ko na rin yung one of our assistant coaches sa DLSU hanggang ngayon naman na nanonood live. Dapat nandito ka, Coach John Arenas. Yan naman, Coach John Arenas. Coach, I miss you. Sana manood ka live here in the venue.
74-49. Prado against Aquino. Janine looking for a friend. That was a risky pass. A pass rather. Risky pass from Coach Riza.
Medyo below the belt. Below the belt ang tama ng bola. But mukhang okay naman si Riza Lazada.
Yun yung mga veteran movements. How to save the ball. Earlier, we recognized also yung kay
Shemaya naman.
Shemaya.
Oo. Kung paano
Actually,
naman
natuwa
mag-inbound.
ako na ginawa ni Shemaya yun. Because I usually see it from men's. Pero kay Shemaya parang, okay.
Uy.
I didn't see that coming.
That's right, no. And we haven't heard also a lot from Shemaya Abatayo, no. Last game, she had 12 points. Nung ating finals game 1, 12 big points for Shemaya.
So a lot of those top scorers during finals game number 1 silent in tonight's game. Some struggles actually as a whole offensively para sa panig ng Akari Sparks Rizal. Afril all the way.
Sabi mo nga, MVP things. Hashtag MVP things for
imagine.
Afril.
We already had our invitationals. This is our second season in the pros itself.
And it was all her.
Yeah, it was all her. It's all Afril.
It's all Afril. And you know, surprisingly kasi nakikita natin, nagra-run ng play si New Zealand. And aware si Akari kung anong play yung nira-run ni New Zealand. Pero nabubutas pa rin ng New Zealand.
Yeah.
So, kita mo yon, those small details na gaya niyan, walang bantay. Yung ganong, yan yung parang effort na hinahanap ni Manong Derek sa players niya eh. Diba sabi, yung win, hindi yan ibibigay sa inyo. Kailangan nyo yan kunin.
Pagtrabahuhin.
Kailangan yung pagtrabahuhin. Kailangan yung kunin. Kailangan yung gustuhing manalo. And look at this attack from Afril.
That's our Hotel Sogo. So good play of the quarter, MVP things. And yun nga dun sa pinopoint out mo, Sue, diba? Probably there was this extra urge for Batangas after that loss during finals game number 1.
Right.
Iba yung kirot nun eh. Na,
Oo, parang,
okay, we were
and
almost there. Tsaka galing
Home court.
overtime.
And home court pa. Diba? You know, Hoops Haven is where the Batangas New Zealand train. Diba? So, medyo masakit yun. Matalo ka sa home court.
And just really would like to also extend our gratitude sa ating mga fans tonight, no, for making time. And from the very first season that I covered Wmpbl, this is the first time na full pack.
Full
yung arena.
Alam mo
So,
ba?
the progress of that support.
That's right. Alam mo nung
The
game
women's
1,
basketball is
full
really
pack
here.
din tayo nung game 1 eh. Ang dami nakaupo sa sahig. Ganon. Kasi medyo masikip yung venue.
Coach
for,
Tolo may sinasabi.
Hindi naman, coach. Wala naman. So, ngayon, nakita natin, puno po ang Paco Arena.
MVP is what our crowd is currently screaming in that end one play. Afril Bernardino. She was one of the few women's basketball players who literally started from scratch.
From athletics.
Walang nanonood sa venue. They were really trying to hype up to be some inspiration to the younger generations.
That's
and
right.
right now, it is slowly paying off.
Yung UAAP na walang nanonood,
confetti,
walang drums. Kami yun, season namin yun. And she was also there when that streak of NU, you know, isa din siya sa dahilan kung bakit may streak ang NU together with Jack Animam and Gemma Miranda, Andrea Tongco.
Now imagine how they were able to break barriers. So ngayon, they've been really inspiring a lot of younger girls who are also dreaming to play in the pros, because right now they got this option to play in the women's basketball professional tournament, just like Wmpbl, 81-51 in the fourth.
Afril Bernardino with 24 big points. And may 2 minutes pa tayo.
Shamaya.
What a great defense coming from Batangas, forcing a 24-second shot clock violation para sa possession na yon. And you can see, no, itong 5 girls na nasa loob for Manong Derek Pumarin is not his first 5.
Yep.
And kanina napansin din natin na mas effective yung second 5 ni Manong Derek compared sa kanyang first 5. And now, he's entrusting that second group for the last 2 minutes of the ball game.
It's actually only Steph Ventura and Shamaya Batayo was from that starting 5 of Manong Derek Pumarin remaining here with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. And safe to say, Sue, we'll be having finals game number 3.
Nangangamoy game 3. Saan kaya? Malalaman natin mamaya.
I wonder kung saan ang venue.
Dapat ganito din kalaki yung venue natin dahil for sure dudumugin ang ating finals game 3. And again, we want to thank everyone who's watching live and sa ating YouTube live also. May mga nagpapa-shoutout pa po. Ang anak naman ni Coach John Arenas na si Ramon Arenas. So cute.
Hello, Ramon.
Watching and, wanted to be shouted out. Hi, Ramon. Hope to see you
Ramon.
soon.
For sure, we're gonna cover some games ni Ramon kapag older na
Pag older.
rin siya. Sa mga,
Tama.
sa mga youth tournaments.
Yan,
right?
oo. Ni Coach John Arenas is also part of Batangas, yung men's naman na Batangas. So, for sure, lalaking basketball player din ang kanyang anak.
Hello, Coach John. One out of two from the charity stripe for Angeles. Adlawan went for that fake. Ganda ng feed underneath to LJ Candelario, but it's Ventura who'll be earning that point.
A good recovery from Steph Ventura there. Pero again, makikita mo, no, may mga second reactions pa from LJ ng reklamo sa referee. And yun, yung talagang pumatay sa kanila. First quarter pa lang. Those sa mga calls na they've been really affected with.
In rare times, some gem opportunities I always see Kate Castillo attacking the lane because I'm so used to seeing the sharpshooter take shots from beyond the
outside.
arc. Bihirang-bihira eh. Parang precious moment makitang
That's
umaatake si Kate. Five seconds, and from this time on, for sure, there's this different setup, different strategies that Akari Sparks Rizal is trying to plan out here, especially with the first five, their main gunners, Coach Riza Palmero D, Coach Ali Lim on the sidelines.
And 43 seconds remaining. It's safe to say that we are going to our finals, game 3 in our Wmpbl Season 2.
But right now, a quick timeout will be called here after that finish by Adi Adlawan. It's 83-56. (83-56) is our score with 43 seconds remaining. This is our finals, game number 2 of the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. You like how the second and the third stringers of Coach Cholo also inserted in here.
We haven't seen Pring Fabruada back on the ball game, no, kanina. So, maybe Coach Cholo, lamang naman eh. Bakit pa natin i-risk? Maybe she just need to prepare for game 3.
18 seconds remaining, and they're just looking. And they're just finding for that final score here, but
a free throw will be rewarded for Steph Ventura, if I'm not mistaken.
oh, so it was upgraded into
To
an unsportsmanlike foul.
To Joe Arciga for hugging Steph Ventura.
Clingy. But still, despite this wide gap, we can see Aming Torres still having a conversation with Coach Cholo on the sidelines.
May ano pa din, instructions pa din, kahit
Mga-
last 16 seconds na lang. dito sa koponan ng Akari, no? We have seen the effort of the second group. We haven't heard much from Coach Riza. We haven't heard much from Janine Ponteos. A little bit also, but compared to Finals Game 1, again, for Aliana Lim, for Mar Prado, for Janine Ponteos, and for Coach Riza, parang compared to their performance on the Finals Game 1, medyo kulang ng konti.
Now, this will do it para sa panig ng Batangas, New Zealand, Bluefire. Our defending champions, actually. Just making sure that game is not yet finished and game is not yet over.
And it's a dominant win, you know? So far, it's 83-60. That's a 23-point lead compared to just 4 points na lamang ng Akari nung Finals Game 1. And you can see talagang parang it was a statement game for Coach Cholo Villanueva, telling everyone that I can win against Akari. Because so far, nung second round, natalo din siya ng Akari, nung ating elimination second round. And then Finals Game 1, natalo ulit siya ng Akari. And now, Finals Game 2, he's telling everyone that I can beat this team. You know, I can beat them in not just 2 or 4 points, but 23 big points.
It was a heart-breaking finals, game number 1 for Coach Cholo Villanueva and the rest of the Batangas, New Zealand Bluefire. But what a way to come back here in our finals, game number 2. So, as what we reiterated, even from the first quarter, they showcased dominance just from the first few seconds, first few minutes of the first quarter, and they were able to maintain it all throughout.
That's right. No, we ended the first half with 19-point lead para dito sa defending champion Batangas, New Zealand, and they were able to sustain that lead up until the last minute of the ball game. And you know, again, it was a statement game for our defending champion, proving everyone that he can beat the unbeaten team since the second elimination round. You know, Akari, hindi pa to natalo simula nung pumasok ang second round. After nila matalo ng Batangas ng first round, wala na silang tinalong game. Lahat sunod-sunod panalo. But again, this is the second time in the season that Batangas were able to escape the strong team of Akari. And we are all seeing you on the finals game 3 to be announced kung kailan at kung saan.
So, make sure to stay tuned for more of our announcements later on. At syempre, magkakaroon pa rin tayo ng Best Player of the Game interview and of course with our winning coach. Pero, Sue, on this ball game, we've seen a lot of efforts, some big adjustments created para sa panig ng Batangas to ensure na ngayon parang lumalabas totality yung standing sila this season. 2-2 na sila eh.
Tama.
Pareho.
That's right, Daphne. And you know, again, Coach Cholo's team was able to adjust defensively. Nakita natin, sobrang ganda ng depensang pinakita ng Batangas, New Zealand. They were able to force turnovers para dito sa Akari na talaga namang naging reason kung bakit ang ganda ng opensa on the other side. Again, last game we are talking about that the game of New Zealand, Batangas is coming from the good defense. Kung maganda ang depensa nila, doon papasok yung magandang opensa. And yun yung nangyari last game, kaya natalo sila because some are really, you know, bad calls, bad for them, bad calls, and then bad defense. Pero ngayon, they were able to, you know, dumating sila sa ball game ng mas kalmado, mas relax, mas aggressive compared to the Akari side na medyo mas mabagal, pinababagal nila yung ball game. Medyo mahihirapan if you're trying to, you know, slow down the ball game, mas mahihirapan kang humabol.
And probably Batangas was just able to really erase on what happened in finals game number 1 and immediately get themselves back here in finals game number 2. But right now, we'll be having an interview with our best player of the game. Flo, take it away.
Maraming salamat, Daphne. Here beside me is Afril Bernardino and our winning coach, Cholo Villanueva. Congratulations po sa inyong dalawa. Afril, alam ko, ang dami mong nakuhang awards earlier. Pero ngayon, player of the game ka muna. You are our Eurotex Most trusted player of the game. I actually don't have any technical questions for you. Kanina nabanggit ni Sue na ikaw yung nag-pioneer halos ng women's basketball eh. Wala pang nanonood, hindi pa ganong napapansin ng media. You were there, you were already playing this kind of game. Pero kanina, it was very different already. They were cheering MVP all throughout. Every time na nag-free throw ka, naka-end one ka. Did that affect your performance in this game?
Siguro para sa I'm just doing my job. Yung sinasabi ni coach palagi, give your 100% inside the court. And yeah, I think that's what I do today.
April, kanina nung kinamusta kita before the game, halata sa mukha mo na you were already ready to get this win today. Something must be motivating that on a deeper level.
Of course, my family, my teammates, the people supporting me, coach, and yeah, para sa akin, my family, papa ko, si mama, sila lagi yung inspirasyon. And si Love, anniversary namin.
At nabanggit mo na nga yung mga gusto mong i-shoutout, pero maikling mensahe na lang para sa mga sumusuporta, lalo na napapunta na tayo ng Game 3 half.
Siyempre, papasalamat ako sa lahat ng sumusuporta ng Wmpbl. Sana patuloy niyo pa rin po kami suportahan. And papasalamat pa rin ako sa Batangas, New Zealand Bluefire. Sana hindi kayo magsawang suportahan kami. And yeah.
Maraming salamat and congratulations. April, dumako naman tayo kay Coach Cholo. Coach, I know that you would tell me that it's not over yet. Hindi nyo pa iniisip na nakuha nyo na po ang championship. But winning 83-60 against your opponents, regardless, is a very good way to win Finals Game 2.
First, we want to thank God for this victory. And we were just in desperation. Our backs against the wall. There's no tomorrow for us. So a character of a team comes out when you are in desperation. So I applaud my girls for bouncing back in this game and wanting to still be alive in the tournament. So we have one more game to finish off yung series na to.
Coach, we're also very curious. It's gonna be a couple of days lang po pagdating na po ng Wednesday when the Finals Game 3 will happen. What will be your priorities? Mamaya pa lang po after nyong makauwi.
Of course, we're going to be watching film. It's rest and recovery for us. But in a Game 3 or parang Game 7 situation, it's just who wants it more. That's the mentality there. Whoever wants it more will be winning the game and winning the championship.
And we'll be looking forward to that performance, Coach. Pero sa ngayon po, i-celebrate natin ng bahagya na nakuha niyo po ang Game 2. Batiin niyo naman po ang mga sumusuporta sa Batangas, New Zealand.
We want to, again, we want to thank God for this victory. And of course, Mayor Marvy Marino, then our owners, Sir Eric Oncalco, Sir Andoy Reyes, Patricia Reyes, and the whole management and LGU ng Batangas. We want to thank you for your support. And of course, my wife who's watching now, and my family, my mom, and everybody else who's at home. Please come and support women's basketball. It's going to be a very exciting Game 3. Very good for the women's basketball community. Hoping to see everybody to be here.
I highly agree with you, Coach. And makita-kita po tayo sa Game 3. Once again, that was Coach Cholo Villanueva, one of the favorite coaches, Daphne, ng kasama mo dyan. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Flo. At mukhang nalaglag pa si Suali. But regardless, congratulations for Batangas for winning itong ating finals game number 2. We've heard some words coming from April, from Coach Cholo. Ang ganda nung sinasabi niyang my girls and really applauding the performance of his girls in tonight's game. But finals game number 3, the final showdown, ladies and gentlemen, will happen on July 15 on Wednesday at the Parañaque Coliseum at 6 o'clock p.m. Ito na ang totoong huling sayaw at huling labanan ng Akari Sparks Rizal kontra Batangas City, New Zealand Bluefire. Your final thoughts, Sue?
Sabi ni Coach Cholo, it was a desperate move sa kanila. It was, it was a yes or a no for that game. So on the finals game 3, dun natin makikita sino bang mas desperadong manalo. Sabi nga niya, it's gonna be a game of who wants it more. So it's gonna be so exciting. We really hope we could see you there live in the Coliseum, Parañaque Coliseum. It was the newly great court, you know, bagong gawa, and talaga namang women's basketball ang buminyag sa court na yun.
It's a battle of desperation on who will be crowned as the second season champions of the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. On behalf of Daphne Crisobal, Sue Ali, and Miss Flo Del Agua, and the hardworking men and women behind the scenes, maraming salamat po sa pagsubaybay ng ating finals game number 2. See you all on finals game number 3 on Wednesday. Maraming salamat and good night.
Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Panabik na tagpo, handang-handa lahat sa paglalaro. Ilabas ang tinatagong talento, maharlika. Walang imposible, aabante hanggang sa makamit ang tagumpay. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika.
Oras na para maipakita ang mga nakatago na talento ng Pinay.
Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng